Hi, this is Mark Toomey with Steel Wheel Training. This is a basic video on how to do a body weight box squat. A proper box squat is a good basic exercise to know, as most of the kettlebell exercises and lifting exercises that we do require you to have open hip flexors. A box squat allows you to learn how to press through your heels and activate your hips so that you're not rolling out of a squat, your knees aren't going out over your toes, and you're not putting your knees into a position where they can get damaged. So right, just do the technique. Find a box or a chair, something at a reasonable height you feel comfortable with. Put your feet about 3 or 4 inches away from the box and push your hips back, just as if you were going to sit down in a chair. Very few of us sit down in a chair just by falling backwards and plopping down into the chair. We generally try to find the chair seat with our rear end. So press your hips out and look back with your hips until you find the box. You really need to avoid the temptation that when you get down to a certain level, you completely relax and fall back. If you've ever gotten out of a chair after sitting in it for a while, what you realize is that you're rolling out of it. You're putting yourself in this position. Doing a proper body weight box squat requires that you maintain a level of muscular tension all the way down. So it'll look something like this. Push your hips out, reach back, try to find the box with your hips, touch, and then press back up. One of the other things that's very important to focus on is pressing through your heels, not through your toes. As you can see, when I sit back, my knees stay relatively straight up and down. They will go forward a little bit, but they don't go out over the toes. One of the things we see a lot of times in gymnasiums are people doing the squat. Knees go out over the toes. When you're young and strong, it's a terrific thing to do. Unfortunately, as you get older, you expose your knee to a lot of injury. So one of the things that you need to focus in on when you're doing a box squat is throwing your hips back, reaching back, finding it, and then when you go to come back up from the squat, push yourself into this position, stay tense, and push up through your heels. Now, I generally don't like to do remedial drills, but if you have difficulty getting the feeling of using your heels as opposed to rolling forward on your toes, if you have some weight plates or you have something that would raise up your feet maybe about a ½ an inch, you can put those next to the box or the chair and place your toes on that. That way, when you go down into this squat position, you really should be feeling the pressure here, not pressure, but the power through your heels. Once again, when you're getting ready to come up, tighten up. This isn't something that you're going to roll out of. Tighten up, pinch with your glutes, push up through your heels, and come up. Doing that once or twice, getting that feel of pressing through your heels as opposed to rolling forward on your toes, is not only a good visualization, but it's also a way of starting to build up muscle memory. As you get more comfortable with doing squats, move from a higher platform down to something a little bit lower. Once again, the same thing. Reach back with your rear end, stay pressured, find the seat, there it is, and then step back up. Push your hips back, reach back, find the seat, step back up. And then finally, if you have a small stool, or if you want to build a smaller box, it's the same position. Tighten up, reach back with your hips, find the seat, and come back up. Again, resist the temptation of coming down and then relaxing. Because in order to get back up from the squat, you're going to have to tighten your body up, you're going to have to pinch your glutes together and push up through your heels. So just doing that repetitive motion of coming down here, touching, and going. It's almost like doing a touch and go with an airplane. The last piece of advice I have is that if you're having difficulty keeping your body forward, you can always use a weight. In this particular case, we can use a kettlebell. Put the kettlebell on the floor in front of the box, take a position, bring it close so that it's in between your feet. Don't bend over. Stay relatively straight, or as straight as you can, and then push up through your heels. One of the temptations that you'll have is to bring yourself up here and do this. That's a back lift, and it puts a lot of pressure on your lower back and puts you in a position where you could injure yourself. Instead, place the bell in between your feet, grab it, look forward, and press up through the heels so that your hips and your shoulders rise at the same time. I'll do it from this angle so you can see it here. Chest out, grab the bell, look up, press up through the heels. If you find yourself doing it as a two-step motion, bend over, hips up, pull yourself, then either get a lighter weight or take a break. Think about the motion of grabbing, looking up, pressing through your heels, and coming forward. If you have any other questions, you can email us at www.steelwilltraining.com. Hit the contact button and we'll get back to you.